Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be ranking my September favorites. There is a lot that I tried during the month of September. Now because there have been so many product launches during the past month, I truly wish that I would have gotten more use out of some of these products, but to be honest, in some cases I've done the video, I reviewed it, and I've moved on to the next thing. However, from using the products to make the video or the 5 looks 1 palette or whatever, I do know how the product works, how the product performed, and whether or not it was one of the best products that I tried this month. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I have 10 products in front of me. I'm going to rank them. Mainly because whenever I do ranking favorites, you guys like the videos better. They usually get more views than if I just do regular favorites. So I totally put myself through the torture of trying to figure out what I liked a little bit better than the other thing. But some of these products are from different categories, so the place of them can be subjective. Anyways, let's start with number 10. And at number 10, I have the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Heat, which is what I'm wearing on my lips on top of a Patrick Ta lip liner. Everything I'm wearing on my face will of course be linked down below, so if you have any questions about it, definitely check out the links. But anyways, I tried Fenty's new plumping lip gloss this month. This is in the color Fussy Heat number 2. And I really love the way that my lips look plumped by this gloss. I totally see the difference. Every time I put it on, I'm like, yes, I like it. It is a pumping gloss that you totally feel. You feel your lips getting like super warm. It definitely is called Heat for a reason, but I just love the way that my lips look while I'm wearing this gloss, and the plumping effect lasts for quite a bit of time, at least on me. I feel like an hour and a half to 2 hours later, my lips still feel pretty plump. So this is kind of like a new category for me because I don't usually go for plumping glosses, and when I have gone for plumping glosses before, like the Charlotte Tilbury one, you don't really feel them, and you also don't really see the effect as much as you do with this one. I'm saying all that to say, this right here is number 10. I have been loving it this month, and this one I actually have worn quite a few times. When I said there are things I haven't worn as much as I would like to have worn them, I was mainly referring to palettes because so many palettes came out last month and I've just been wanting to get back to some of them but haven't been able to. Anyways, the plumping gloss from Fenty is number 10. I absolutely love it. And at number 9, we actually have another product that I have worn quite a lot since I tried it, and that is the Patrick Ta mascara. I'm wearing it on my eyes today, and you guys can see I have a super intense eye look on, and my mascara looks amazing. I did layer it like crazy today. I think I did like 3 layers of it because the eye look is so dark and I wanted to show you the mascara without putting on falsies, so I went in on this mascara today. Anyways, I really love the mascara wand and the mascara formula. I feel like my lashes look super long and thick and not too clumpy. Today I did like 3 layers, and so I did feel like on the tips of it I could see it a little bit clumpy, but that's because I was trying to do the most with it. I was trying to make my lashes look like I had fake lashes without having fake lashes, basically, because I thought that this eye look would look really good with fake lashes. So the point is that the Patrick Ta mascara is incredible. I totally recommend it. If you like a really intense dark black lash look, definitely go for this one because I feel like it gives me the blackest, most noticeable lashes ever. I'm not sure if it's like my all-time favorite mascara because I still haven't tested it next to my Pat McGrath mascara because I need a new tube of that one, but it definitely is up there with my favorites, and I have been really loving it. Moving on to number 8, and this is one of those palettes that I did a few looks with and I just want to get back to it, but the new releases haven't let me. I'm talking about the new retro palette from Natasha Denona. I really like this color story, but it is a little bit more on the monochromatic side, which I think is the reason why, in comparison to the rest of the palettes I'm going to talk about today, it's ranking a little bit lower, because I've been more into like this types of looks lately, and this one is your usual pinky, nudie, mauvey, more everyday type of look. Anyways, I did do a review on this palette where I did 1 to 2 looks, I'm not entirely sure, and I did a 5 looks 1 palette with it as well, where I showed you guys within this pretty monochromatic color story the different little variations in the tones and the undertones of the palette and how you can combine the different shades with one another. I love Natasha Denona's formula, of course, so this palette is absolutely incredible, but for some reason I just haven't been into these types of colors too much lately. So after I did my 5 looks 1 palette with it, I don't think I've gone back to it, but I need to go back to it. Plus, I think that some of the burgundy tones that this palette has are going to be really, really good for the fall time. Ranking in at number 7, we have the new Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. I'm obsessed with this color story, and even though this is a color story that Charlotte has done before, I personally didn't have like the greens from her, so I'm actually pretty excited that I bought this palette. I love the formula, I love the blendability, I love the shimmer and the shine and the glitz and how sophisticated the looks are with this one. I did do 3 looks with this one when I reviewed it, and I really want to get back to this palette and continue playing with it, but this is another palette I really haven't had time to go back to. However, I do really like the color story. I'm obsessed with Charlotte's eyeshadow formula, and I really like the slick black packaging of this one. Honestly, not a bad thing I can say about this palette. I'm dying to play with it again. I really, really loved it, but it's not higher on my list because there are some other palettes I tried this month that just like blew it out of the water, and so this right here is number 7. Okay, so at number 6, I don't have one, I have 2 palettes because I literally cannot know which one I like better. The palette I'm mainly wearing on my eyes today is this one right here, which is called Giant Wolves, and this is the palette that Annette designed for Autumn's Eye. I did have to reach for a transition color, and for a transition color I actually grabbed this taupey shade up here from the Artist Couture eyeshadow palette, because this palette is just full of like the most amazing shimmers I've ever seen and just really bold matte colors. And with my hooded eyes, a transition shade is definitely a must. So anyways, this palette is what is mostly on my eyelids. I'm obsessed with this super sexy night look that I did. I can't get over this color story, and I also can't get over the Red Dragon palette from Autumn's Eye. This is the one that Judy designed. This whole collection, these 2 plus the Hummingbird palette, I think was one of the highlights of September. I know that this is a smaller brand and that there isn't as much hype about Autumn's Eye's eyeshadows, but I'm telling you guys that these palettes are incredible. I'm not featuring the Hummingbird palette on this video because even though I absolutely loved it just as much as I loved these 2, I feel like that one is such a spring summer palette that I'm currently not in the mood to reach for that one. I feel like come spring and summer next year I'm going to be all about it because I love the color story. But these right here, every time I'm going to do my makeup, I'm like, I want to do my makeup with those palettes. I want to create more looks with them because they are just so freaking beautiful. Just yesterday I did a fall look with this one. If you guys are interested, definitely check it out. Also, make sure you check out the review of the collection if you haven't seen it yet, so you can see the beautiful swatches. And then, like I said, I used the Giant Wolves for this eyeshadow look today, and I absolutely love it. Okay, let's go to number 5, and number 5 is actually this Mud Con contour from KVD Beauty right here. This is another one of those products that since I tried it, I have not been able to put it down, just like the gloss and the mascara. But this one I feel like it's a little bit more special just because I feel like there aren't a lot of products like this on the market. The only other one is the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, which I absolutely love, of course. And it's just such an easy contour product to use. You draw it on your face, you get a brush or a sponge and just stipple it in place, move it around a little bit if you need to, and it blends like an absolute dream. And it makes your skin look so natural and so sculpted. There isn't enough good things I can say about this product right here. Again, the only one in my opinion that does the same thing and is a tiny bit better is the Charlotte Tilbury one. But this is a product that I reach for every time that I do my makeup because I love to be able to contour my face first with something that is not going to look too gray or too harsh or too dark, and have that contour step look very, very natural, which is what I can do with this product, to then warm up my skin going back in with a powder bronzer. So if you haven't tried the KVD Mudcon contour thing yet, I highly recommend it. And it does come in more colors than the Charlotte Tilbury one does. I have mine in the color light medium neutral. And again, since I tried it, I think it was at the beginning of September, every time I do my makeup, I reach for it. And product number 4 is the last eyeshadow palette that I'll be mentioning today. I wanted to clarify that even though I absolutely love eyeshadow palettes, whenever I'm ranking eyeshadow palettes with other products, I take into account how much I think I'm going to use the product I'm talking about. So there are going to be a couple of products that aren't eyeshadow palettes above the eyeshadow palettes, and it doesn't necessarily mean that I like them better than the eyeshadow palettes. I actually like the eyeshadow palettes better, but I know that I'm going to get a lot more use out of those products. I hope that made sense. Anyways, the last eyeshadow palette I have to show you is, of course, the Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadow palette that I designed. If you guys haven't seen the video, Lethal Cosmetics basically has a palette designer on their website, and they have hundreds of shadows to pick from, and you can pick your own colors. And this right here is the palette that I picked, and this is a palette that after I did my Lethal Cosmetics palette video, and I think I did 3 looks for that video, I have totally reached for this one again a couple other times to wear the shades because I'm just really truly obsessed with the eyeshadows that I picked. I feel like even though it's a color story that I don't always go for, it's a color story that lately I've been really into, as you can see by the eyeshadows I'm wearing today, and they're not even from this palette, right? So anyways, absolutely obsessed with the duochrome shimmers in this palette, the mattes, the transition colors, just everything about it I really love. And if you guys haven't checked out Lethal Cosmetics or their palette designer, I actually have a 20% off code with them right now. It's code Patty, so you can go to their website and get 20% off of anything. You can design your own palette. They also have, I believe, some blushes. You can design a palette that has eyeshadows and blushes combined. The possibilities are truly endless, and you can use code Patty to save 20% off. And of course that I absolutely love the palette that I designed and the colors that I chose for it. So this right here is my favorite palette of the month. I have to say, the new Pat McGrath Holiday palette, I'm not going to talk about it in today's video because I still haven't done my 5 looks 1 palette with it. I've only played with it the one time when I filmed my review video, and so it's too new and I didn't want to include it in my September favorites because I got it the last few days of September. And so if that one ends up being a favorite, which it probably will, I'm going to talk about it in my October favorites because right now it's too new, and I definitely rather talk about these products that I actually did use more during the month of September. Let's move on to product number 3, and that is this one right here. This is the new Hourglass Ambient Palette Universal. This is the one for lighter complexions, which is the one that works for me. And I have to admit, I was so impressed. When I tried this palette in my review video, and every time I've done my makeup since I reviewed this palette, I have reached for it. I'm actually wearing it today. I have the setting powder on, I have the bronzer on, I have one of the blushes on. I really love the finish that this powder gives my makeup, and take into account that I personally usually don't wear powder. I don't set my foundation, I only set my under eyes. But this finishing powder right here, I really like to set my face. I've been using it for like around my mouth area, my forehead, and I love glowy makeup, so to me it's not shiny. I feel like it gives you this ethereal glow that doesn't make you look greasy or oily or anything like that. It just makes your skin look so nice and so smooth and so airbrushed. I have been really loving this one. And out of the 5 shades that came in this one, the only shade that I'm personally not thrilled with is this bright pink, just because I'm not into bright pink eyeshadows. But I have been using the heck out of every single other shade in this palette, and I have been really, really loving it. Product number 2 I actually mentioned in my last month's favorites, but back then it was very, very new to me, and I still put it in the video because I was already obsessed with it. But this month it is my number 2 product and my number 1 makeup product, and I just cannot stop using it, cannot put it down. I love it. And I'm talking about my Nude Gasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. The only reason I'm putting this one above the Hourglass one is because in the way that I do my makeup usually, I'm more of a bronzer person than a blush person, and this palette has 2 bronzers and I'm actually able to use both. I love layering them together. I love going in with the lighter bronzer first and just warming up my face, and then with the same brush grabbing a little bit of the darker bronzer and just accentuating the places on my face that I want to shadow a little more. And the bronzer formula that this palette has, I think, is really, really special. It's not as glowy as the Hourglass shades, it's more of a natural finish, but it makes your skin look so blurred and so perfected. I cannot put it down. I have it in my bronzer drawer. Every time I've done my makeup before this one arrived this month, I was reaching for this one like crazy. And I also really like the nude highlighter that it has. This is actually the highlighter I'm wearing today. I find it very, very natural looking, not too intense. It doesn't enhance the texture of my face, and I just have absolutely been loving this palette to the point that I thought I had to mention it in this video as well. I think this is one of the best releases of 2021. We haven't gotten there yet, right? To the end of the year, this is what I like the most things, but that palette will probably make the cut because it is that good. Let me go look for my number 1 favorite product this month, and you guys have no idea. You have no idea. It's a secret I've been keeping from you. So a couple of weeks ago, I actually bought the biggest beauty thing and the most expensive beauty thing I have ever bought. Any guesses? You guys, I bought a Dyson Airwrap. After I cut my hair, I was just in the mood to change it up, to stop being lazy with my hair, to stop wearing my hair in a ponytail every video. I don't know if you guys have noticed the effort. Nobody's commented anything, but I have been trying to leave my hair down a lot. I think I didn't do it for the Pat McGrath video, but every video since I chopped my hair, I've had my hair down, and I've been styling it with my Dyson Airwrap. Now, it's my favorite thing because it was so darn expensive, and I have been actively playing with it constantly. By the way, the holiday color this year, I think this is the best color they've ever done. It totally matches my eyeshadow today. It's not a navy blue, it has like purple in it as well. It's like in between a navy blue and a dark purple. It's beautiful, and then it has the gold details. This is this year's like holiday color, and I love it. Again, I've been actively trying to play with it every time I get on camera. I've been using the different curl sizes. I've been using the different brushes, the hair dryer attachments, all of it. Even if my hair is dry the way it is right now and I just want to touch it up, I've been really enjoying giving it a little bit of a shape, a little bit of a curl, a little bit of a something something. Now, I don't think I have it down by any means yet. I will update you guys at the end of October on how I'm liking the Dyson Airwrap and the different ways in which I like to use it. I think for the moment being, I'm just making an active effort to use it and play with it and figure it out and see what ways I like it better. My hair is super stubborn too. My hair does not like to hold any shape. I think the first time I used it, I curled my whole head and I didn't put any spray on it or anything because I'm also very stubborn. And within, like, I would say maybe 4 to 5 hours, I didn't really have any curls anymore. Today I didn't really curl it. I used the bigger barrel and I tried to just give it a little bit of a shape, and it does have that little bit of a shape still. I have been using a little spray, but I just don't like my hair to be crunchy either. Anyways, it's a whole dilemma. My point is that is my favorite product for the month of September because I have been so excited about using it, and like I said, I've been actively trying to play with it and just do my hair a little better because I feel like I always do up my makeup and then my hair looks like a crazy mess on this channel, and I've been trying to be a little bit better about that. And the Dyson Airwrap, I will say, is very user-friendly. And my favorite thing about it is that it doesn't get hot enough that like you can't touch it, because I'm super clumsy, and my biggest problem with flat irons and regular curling ones is that I always get burned. And so with this, that's not a problem. Super excited about that product, still trying to figure it out. But I think on level of excitement about a new product, that has been the most exciting thing I've been using during the month of September, and therefore it is my #1 favorite. As always, all of the products mentioned in the video will be linked down below. Every product I'm wearing on my face will also be linked down below in case you're curious about anything. I would love to know in the comment section what has been your #1 favorite product for the month of September. So please let me know down there. I always read all of your guys' comments. Don't forget to please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave if you haven't already. Ring the notifications bell if you want to get notified every time that I upload. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye.